Hey guys, it's Meg. I'm back with another tarot reading this week, and I just want to warn you straight out that this is going to be a long video because I'm doing a bigger reading for you. This is also going to be a bit of a challenge for me this time around because I'm also using a different deck. And I'm very excited to show you that deck. You might be seeing it peek into frame, but we'll talk about this in a minute. If you guys are just tuning into this, this is my weekly tarot reading video for this week, like I just said. So if you guys are interested in seeing more content like this from me in the future, if you guys want to see my vlog style videos, go ahead and click the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you can stay in the loop for whenever I post new content. So to get started, I've decided to give myself a bit of a challenge and use a different deck to what I've been using for the other two videos. First of all, the deck I will be using for this reading is one that I really, really like because I'm familiar with the artist, but it's also just a really pretty deck. And to give you an idea of that, I'm going to be using the Beautiful Creatures Tarot by J.R. Rivera, and the artist that did the imagery for the deck is Jasmine Beckett Griffith. So like I said, in the back, that cover is so pretty. But like I said, I've known about the artist for a number of years. I really like her artwork, and you'll see some of the cards that I draw. But just look at that. Isn't that stunning? I love the artistry in this. Yeah, so I'm excited to share this deck with you. In fact, I will be using this for February as well, because I've decided to do that. But I've decided to make it a bigger reading, so it's going to be a longer video. Hang in there with me. We'll do the best we can. If you guys want to join me in pulling cards for yourself, go grab a deck, however you're comfortable doing, and let's get started with the reading. So, as usual, I'm going to go through my shuffling routine, and as usual, you can do this however many times you would like to do. Also, I just noticed I have a mug of hot cocoa. You can see the spoon sticking up in frame. So, if you do have a beverage with you, hopefully it's comforting, whatever you might enjoy. Sorry for the camera shaking. So let's do this a couple more times. Okay. All right, I think that's pretty good. Let's put these back together. All right. So, the first, hot cocoa break. Perfect. All right, so this first card that I have drawn, let's take one card at a time, is the Knight of Wands, which indicates desire. And just very basically, I am not going to dip into the guidebook because the descriptions of the card are very chunky, and I don't want to script this video because I want to go based on what my intuition is telling me. And the thing that I'm getting from this card is that there's something I desire to have, and I'm really enthusiastic about it. On the other side of that, there's something that I may be procrastinating on that I need to do. I can think of one thing right off the bat, but there is a sense of deeply wanting something that I know I can get, that I'm enthusiastic about getting as well. So that is the first card. The The second card I'm going to pull is the Ten of Wands, which indicates hardship. For me, this is the idea of putting in a lot of hard work now so I can reap the benefits of whatever I'm doing later. And whatever that might mean, there's some financial abundance coming from that potentially, but there's a lot of maybe there for me, because I have anxiety and depression, maybe there's a lot of anxiety. Maybe there's a situation that I'm really chipping away at that might not work. I don't know, but I'm willing to do the work anyway so I can see what comes next. So that was the Ten of Wands. The third card I'm going to pull is the Ten of Swords. And here this indicates a sense of it's over. Something has ended for me, and whether it's traumatic, whether it's okay, something has ended. And you know, I can think of a couple of things right off the bat here as well. So I do like this card. I like this card. I will link to the artist's website if I can find it. It will be in the description below, so hang in there with me. Yeah, so back to the cards. Something has ended that I need to work on, maybe accepting or integrating that end into a new beginning. 3, sorry, that's tipping over. Okay, so this fourth card I'm getting is the Empress. Now, the Empress is I think the archetype is someone who's very creative. There's a flow of energy and you know, you're getting a lot of creative energy, but you're also creating everything to be shared. And here I feel, at least for me, that now that I'm not really working, I am looking for something, but I'm not really working right now. A lot of the energy that I feel was bottled up when I was working is now coming forth, and maybe there's this energy here because it's going to help me manifest the things that I want to do with my future. So basically, the Empress is creative energy, and if you've gotten this something similar to this card in your spread, perhaps that's what you're feeling too. So that is the Empress. Or this fifth card I'm going to pull is the Six of Swords, or detachment. And here, this is suggesting that it's time to move on from something. Maybe it's a time of transition that you're experiencing. Maybe it's something as simple as, I'm now finished with the project. It's time to let it go and move on. You know, because I do a lot of hobby writing, and I have published a book, which is in the description below. There's a link. There's a common thought process, I feel, among writers, that once you publish a piece, it's no longer really yours, even though you've put so much time and effort into it. That's how this card is resonating with me. But whatever this situation you find yourself in, perhaps it's time to move on, especially if you see this card coming up in your reading. So, but yeah, I like the position where hand is like, okay, time to move back. We're good. I'm detaching. So yeah, moving on. That is the Six of Swords. So, The sixth card that I am pulling is the Eight of Wands. And here this suggests to me that there is a message coming through. Maybe it's coming through from you to another person, or maybe it's the energies around you that are trying to allow you to see something important. Whatever it ends up being, it's probably wise to listen. Maybe it's your intuition telling you that you might be heading into a situation that is not going to benefit you. Maybe there's a message of celebration that, yeah, you've done your work and now it's time to step back and enjoy what you've done. So yeah, that is the Eight of Wands, or the message. I love this card. Poor cat. I feel like the cat needs a hug. I don't know. It's a creature in a card. It's beautiful and I love it. So here we go. This next card, this is the seventh card, I'm going to pull the One of Pentacles, which suggests abundance. And here, because we've just started, this is technically in some decks, the ones would be considered aces. So I feel like in this regard, we are starting at a place of abundance. I feel like we've done work in the past to create a support system for ourselves, and now we can, if not totally relax, at least take a step back and say, okay, we have our foundations, now we can work to maintain what we've built, we can maintain our abundance, we can maintain our security. And for me, I'm okay. I'm okay right now. Pardon me. Again, my work situation is not ideal right now, but I am working to remedy that. I am okay right now, but I need to go back to my foundations and work to build them back up. So in my case, what this card means for me is that I might be a little nervous about what I'm doing for myself, but because I've laid the groundwork, I know I can work from there and, create the future I want to create. So that is the One of Pentacles. This next card I'm going to pull is the Hierophant, or the idea of morals. And I like this card, not only because it's tied to my zodiac sign, but because it suggests that there is a time where you're doing work with a teacher or a spiritual authority or some person that's helping you grow as a person. Whatever that might mean for you. I see like an instrument being played. Maybe you're studying music. Maybe you're in a place to study and work with someone to help you grow and be better. And that, it's also giving you a sense of the traditions that you're picking up. That's not to say that you yes, follow the rules, but make sure that the rules are something you can abide by, or, like we talked about with the detachment, maybe distance it. Whatever that might mean for you, at this point, there's some teaching and learning going on with this card, and that's pretty cool. So that is the Hierophant, and that is the card I drew. So right now, if you haven't been keeping track, we have 8 cards with this one. So this next card is going to be the 9th card, and I've drawn the Knight of Pentacles, or servitude. Now, here's the interesting thing. that I'm getting from this right now. Because we've drawn the Hierophant as like the teacher, as a traditional, as someone who follows traditions, I feel compelled to explain this card in that sense because you are in a learning place. Let me try that again. You're in a place of learning. And now I feel that you are taking that energy from what you are learning and making it work for you. So like I said, if you're learning music, you're learning it. Maybe you're learning an instrument, whatever it is, you're going to take what you've learned and apply it. And I think instead of saying, oh, this is the energy of someone who maybe blindly serves a master, no. I'm going to interpret this card as taking whatever energies you're picking up and applying them to your lifestyle so that you can enrich it, you can grow from it, whatever it might mean for you. That is the Knight of Pentacles, or Servitude. And finally, this last card I drew is the Page of Cups. And here, the buzzword for this is inventiveness. I feel in this case that because we've had the Hierophant, we've had this, the Servitude card, what was that? The Knight of Pentacles. Here is the idea of how you're applying it. Maybe the Hierophant is saying, okay, this is what I'm giving you. This is how to use it. And you're saying, okay, I see it. I don't know if it's going to work the way you're suggesting it will. Here's how I see myself applying it. Here's where your inventiveness comes in. So whatever that might mean, maybe you're learning how to do a specific chord progression. Again, I'm on music. Maybe you're learning how to do a specific chord progression in a certain way and your hand just doesn't want to do it the way you've been taught. You can still get it, but you're doing it your way. Maybe there's that, whatever solutions you might be implementing to what you've been taught and what you've learned so far. So, that was a big reading. Thank you for being patient. If you made it to the end of this, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Again, if you would like to see more from me like this, go ahead and click subscribe and hit the bell notification. Everything, so I am outside of YouTube. I have social media outside of this. If you want to see more from me outside of YouTube, go ahead and check the links below. Yeah, that has been a big reading this week. I really appreciate it that you tuned in, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.